Hey everyone, TGA19 here, and in today's video, because of course, it's only about 4 weeks now until the release of Uncharted 4, I thought I'd talk about a topic that, I don't think I've really heard enough people actually throw around about Uncharted 4, and that's actually Amy Hennig's version of the game, and, what Uncharted 4 was originally going to be before, of course, Amy Hennig, left Naughty Dog, unfortunately. Although we really haven't gotten the full story of that, and I very much doubt we will for some time. But today I just wanted to talk about, how different the game would have been, if, Amy Hennig had stayed on the game, and maybe, hadn't, walked out on the project, as, supposedly has happened, according to rumors. So, the hardest part, about talking about Amy Hennig's Uncharted 4, or her version of it, is the fact that we only ever got, like, one trailer of what her vision of Uncharted 4 was, and that was of course the very first teaser trailer that we got for the game at I think the PlayStation launch event in 2013, and literally that narrated trailer by Todd Stashwick was literally the only piece of info we ever really got about that Uncharted game. I mean, at the time the only stuff we knew was that trailer, the fact that Todd Stashwick was in the game, and the fact that Amy Hennig and Justin Richmond were both going to be serving as directors on the game. Of course, now both of them have left Naughty Dog, and of course Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley have taken over from their positions, and we have the Uncharted you have now. But how different would have Uncharted 4 been, had those two not left, and had they actually stayed? Maybe we would have gotten the game a lot sooner, because of course Neil has said in interviews that when Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley came in to take over from the game, they scrapped, I think it was like 8 to 9 months worth of work on the game, and I think, yeah, that definitely contributed to the game getting delayed to 2016, because I tell you right now, if if Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley didn't take over and Amy Hennig was still there, the game would have been out by now, I think, because I mean 8 to 9 months of work is a lot of stuff. And also, just the tone of the game. I think Amy Hennig would probably have gone for maybe a seemingly more darker tone, but I think she probably would have gone with a more light-hearted ending, because we've already heard her in interviews say tons and tons of time that, Uncharted is the series, where the bad guys always lose, the good guys always win. And it's always been that situation with the past 3 Uncharted games, because of course Amy Hennig wrote them, and, she always, makes sure that all the villains are defeated, they end up dead, the hero walks away, in that case being Nathan Drake, completely fine. He doesn't get the treasure, but, all of his friends are safe. And I think that had she taken over, I think that definitely would have probably been the same, because I don't know what it was about Amy Hennig, but whenever she tried to, take risks with the story, or, try to make the story, a bit more complex, she kind of got lost in the action, and I think that's probably why, people hate Uncharted 3's stories, because of the fact that she tried some other elements, but the problem was that they were so poorly executed that she ended up having to give most of the plot away through interviews because it was so confusing. And something that really noticed when I was watching the original teaser trailer was how dark and brooding it is, and then you compare that to the rest of the trailers that we've gotten, and they don't really seem to follow that theme. They don't seem to be as dark or as menacing, because of course, Todd Stashwick was originally cast to play Sam before, of course, he left and Troy Baker took over. And he sounds very dark and brooding. It sounds like he definitely either wants revenge against Nathan Drake, or definitely big time wants Nathan Drake to give him something. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said, we didn't really get much info about the game at that point, so it's very, like I said, it's a very hard subject to talk about, but it's definitely intriguing as to how different it would have been, because of course now with Neil Druckmann, when Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley took over, everyone was like, oh god, the game's going to be dark, because they just made The Last of Us less than a year ago, and then everyone was like, oh my god, the game's going to be too dark, it's not going to feel Uncharted. But from what I've seen, it does actually seem, to be retaining more of the light-hearted, themes from the previous Uncharted games. I just think they're probably just going to make the story a lot more personal and make it more about, family and friends, and, which family do you choose, your new family or the family of the old? And I really do like that concept, and I do think that the, Uncharted 4 will go darker in places, but I don't think it will be, anywhere near as dark as The Last of Us, because yeah, I'm pretty sure Uncharted can't get that depressing. Um, so just overall to say, I think, Amy Hennig's Uncharted 4 would probably have retained the themes of the previous ones. I think she would have still made it light-hearted, probably had a much happier ending, but I think she probably would have tried to, misled people by, you know, bringing out these darker, very dark and serious trailers, like, with that original teaser trailer. I mean, probably the closest we've got to that since Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley took over was probably, in my opinion, the E3 2014 trailer, because that felt very dark, but then all the stuff we've got since hasn't really been like that. But, I don't know, I mean, you gotta remember, this is Neil Druckmann here. This is the man who flat out lies to your face, if it helps, benefit your experience of playing his games, so... Oh well, we may never know, and I hope we do sometime in the future, but as of right now, I think this is all just pure speculation. So, with that being said, yeah, definitely Uncharted 4 under Amy Hennig probably would have been a bit lighter, but I think Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley, their version of the game won't be too different, and I mean, we've just got to see, we've just got to play the game, and, we'll see for ourselves. But anywho, that's pretty much it for today's video. Of course, make sure you let me know in the comments below, what you think, how different Uncharted 4 would have been had Amy Hennig stayed on. Do you think the story would have been better or worse? With that being said, I would like to thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.